Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, but you guys know what time it is. We're going to be getting right into XRP update. And again, if you're enjoying these updates on a regular day-to-day basis, smash that like button and come join the Crypto ZX army. I appreciate all the newcomers and of course the continuous supporters that have been here from the beginning. Love each and every one of you guys. Cannot thank you enough. But let's get right into it. Before we do that though, I just want to quickly take a look at what is really happening with the broader markets. If you're looking at the broader market right now, we are seeing quite a bit of green across the board, continuation of green going into Friday morning. I'm making these updates a little earlier than usual, but what a beautiful trend that we are seeing, and really solidifies the importance of a rate cut. After 4 years, guys, 4 long years, we have finally seen Federal Reserve come and do a rate cut, which of course a lot of anticipation was coming around. We are going to see the market actually moving towards the upside in a positive way due to this announcement, and that is exactly what we saw happening. But we'll come back to XRP. Just briefly taking a look at the XRP's price. It's currently sitting at 59 cents, up 0.4% in USD comparative, down about 2.3% in Bitcoin comparative. Market cap is at about 33.27 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about $1.5 billion. But before we get into it, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So Grayscale XRP Trust sees a 11.44% growth since its launch. And we saw initially, we're not talking about the trust itself. We're talking about initially, what kind of impact did that announcement have on the price of XRP, which is the native token. And we saw an 8 to 9% increase, when Grayscale came and announced this. So, you could see indeed the trust's net asset value per share has been on the rise since launching last week. At the end of the business on September 6th, the net asset value had dipped to $10.31. 4 days later, it moved to $10.81 before a slightly correction. By September 12th, the net asset value saw a fresh uptick, rising to $11.25. Interestingly, this negative growth, there was a little bit of a dip that occurred after in the trust itself, but you can see, interestingly, this negative growth comes despite Grayscale's announcement yesterday that it had reopened private placement offering for XRP and several other cryptocurrency trusts. The reopening allowed accredited investors to subscribe to shares of 18 key cryptocurrency trusts, including XRP. And while the performance has dipped as of Wednesday, the current value is significantly improved from last week's figure. To put it into perspective, the growth for $10.31 to the current $11.49 represents an 11.44% increase. And again, what does this really mean to you, to us, to us retail investors or enthusiasts? What can we take away from this? This tells you that once the Grayscale Trust was announced for XRP, there was interest coming from investors into the asset class. Of course, in 2021, I think this is where they got rid of the trust, but they brought this back. And, this is a huge step towards a potential ETF. So very interesting stuff happening. Do let me know in the comments what you think. And, obviously people are talking about, wow, look at SUI. SUI is outpacing XRP in terms of the trust because, Grayscale announced a SUI trust as well. And, that has been going insane. SUI's price specifically, forget about XRP for a second as a native token. I'm talking about SUI as a native token. It has been on an absolute tear. But one thing a lot of people completely just forget to understand is the fact that, I think SUI, I've done my due diligence and research. If you are a viewer on my channel, you guys know that, SUI in terms of, technology wise, it's really unique and it can actually bring a threat to its competitors. Obviously, it's not at the level of, Solana, at the level of Ethereum, but, who knows, maybe in the future it could get there. You can't write off what the future holds. But we have come across some massive volatility within the crypto space over the course of the last few months, and Sui was one of the projects. But after the trust was announced, Sui went absolutely crazy, and you could go literally look at the charts. But one thing a lot of people don't understand is Sui's market valuation compared to XRP is very, very small, and that is something a lot of people will just completely ignore. But let me know down below what you guys think about this. But shout out to our friend Smoke, for bringing us some great information. You can see I shared this specific announcement earlier today, but I want to really go over what Smoke has to say. European banks are rolling out regulated crypto trading services for retail customers right now. And again, in a way, Grayscale isn't a bank, but you could really see that pivotal moment, that switch the flip moment really happening in front of us. We're seeing the entire global sector in terms of the financial sector really, going towards the blockchain industry, starting to accept crypto payments, and not just, financial markets. We're even seeing, governments starting to focus on, crypto, and, some are accepting it as a legal tender. Look what happened with Louisiana state. They're accepting Bitcoin and crypto as a payment method, and that is huge. That is huge. And this is in the States. We're not talking about outside of the US, that is in the States. But you can see major announcements from DZ Bank just 8 hours ago. In a huge step towards mass crypto adoption, DZ Bank will enable 700 banks to offer retail customers the ability to trade and store cryptocurrencies in licensed fiduciary custody. So number one, licensed fiduciary and custody. This means retail investors will now have access to regulated institutions that securely and responsibly manage their crypto assets. These institutions are legally required to protect and safeguard digital assets using advanced security measures, and it all starts this year. And I cannot agree more. Look at what happened with the ETF. Look at the ETF. Look at these Grayscale trusts as well. Of course, it's not an ETF, but what is the main point of this? It makes it 100, if not 1,000 times more easy to get exposure into crypto for people that don't want to, store their private keys and go through the entire process of making accounts, keeping their private keys somewhere, worrying that it could get lost or it could get hacked. This just changes the game, and we're actually seeing it happening right now. And you can see this game-changing moment as it allows retail investors to benefit from institutional level security and protection from for their crypto assets. It's also a major steps towards enabling retail customers to generate passive income safely with the backing of large financial institutions. This mainstream crypto adoption. And speaking about mainstream, something we've been hearing for the longest time, and we're actually starting to see it right in front of our eyes. So looking at Bitcoin dominance as we are going into Friday morning, the dominance index is going down. And again, if this is a huge reason as to why you're seeing quite a bit of green across the board for multiple different altcoins right now, especially if you look at it on a weekly time frame, it really shows you how bullish the market really is. But look at it on the weekly time frame, on the monthly time frame, what Sui is doing, up 63%. This is based off of that announcement that came out about the trust. But again, market valuation on Sui is much lower compared to, of course, XRP. Bitcoin is starting to head towards our confirmation level at $64,000. You can make this up, as you can see. Absolutely amazing stuff. XRP, on the other hand, is currently sitting above, the support line, currently trying to break towards the upside, but it's still, like I said, the next few days are very important. And I know some people, don't like when I say the fact that, there's still a few days left for, this lawsuit. Of course, there could potentially still be appeal. When I say that, some people don't like hearing that, but I'm just going to tell you guys the facts. There's still time that, SEC can come back. But speaking about the SEC, there's a lot of questions being asked to the SEC recently. Things are just not making sense. And, the things that they've been talking about crypto over the years just don't make sense. People are starting to question, where are they really making this? Are they just pulling it out of thin air? Because again, crypto is a brand new technology. So So what's really going on? But so far so good. I'm liking the fact that, you know, XRP is following the momentum. And just a quick reminder to each and every one of you guys, if you're looking at it from September 6th, if you picked it up around that range, you're still up 20% almost. So again, obviously not explosive moves, but we have to understand that, you know, not every project goes up the way you have seen some of these other projects going right now. This is why diversification is key. And also we need to understand what's really happening for Ripple as of now. But let me know down below what you guys think. Love each and every one of you guys. I'll see you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.